This is the most fucked launch I have ever experienced, but the kite spot is absolutely sick. We're here in Gran Canaria for the upcoming GKA competition, which my wife Jasmine is competing in. If you're like me and you've never been to the Canary Islands before, then trust me, you should definitely come here. So let me show you around a little bit. Now let's start with a little riding footage and then I'll give you a spot guide with some more info. Be sure to stay tuned until the end of the video so you can find out how you can rent a car for as little as €6 per day.
By the record machine, I knew he must have been about 17. He was running strong, playing my favorite song, and I could tell it would be long. I love rock and roll, so come and take your time and dance with me. I love rock and roll, so put another time in the jukebox, baby. I love rock and roll.
Yeah guys, the kite spot is absolutely sick. I've been making a little bit of progress here thanks to my new core paces. Now here's some info about the spot and where they're running the comp. The first thing you'll need to do when you get into town is go to the local bazaar and buy yourself some Crocs and a tarp. You need the tarp to protect your kite from the launch of doom, and you need the Crocs so that you can dance your way into the water. Keep your guard up when launching because a mistake like a death loop can literally mean death. It's super easy for your lines to get hooked in a rock. Always be prepared to pull your quick release and your safety leash. The wind at the comp spot, which is called Pozo or Pozzo, is super steady and it gets strong. If you plan on riding overpowered here, then make sure to have somebody to help you get into the water because it's hard to keep your footing on the loose rocks. Wait at the water's edge for the water to come to you, and when it does, body drag out on your board like this. This spot sucks on the full high tide, and on the mid to low tide, the run up to the kickers gets cleaner. The area where the kickers are good and it's deep enough to actually perform is small. Pro riders manage to share the small spot well because we know the rules of riding in a rotation, but all it takes is one guy to not know what he's doing and everyone's session gets ruined. Be careful when you're riding close to the shore because it's super easy to ride onto shallow rocks and destroy your board. And I recommend not bringing a fancy board to the spot. So here are my thoughts about the upcoming GKA competition. It's going to be difficult for the GKA and local organizer to pull this competition off safely. I realize that it's easy to shit on an organization for running a competition in a spot like this, but the reality is that the GKA needs to run the comps where there is financial support to make them happen. So I'm not going to be too critical of them for picking this spot. I mean, if somebody came to us with a big budget and said, hey, run a battle comp here, I know we'd do what we could to make it work. I just hope that all the riders are going to be super cautious when riding and launching here, and that the GKA doesn't allow kite changes so that everybody can get home safely. Personally, I prefer to see the pros on 8-meter kites going massive rather than being on 6-meter kites doing shitty double loops. I only like to see double loops when it's actually like 50 knots. I especially hope that the right foot forward riders don't try to do anything near the shore, because if they crash the wrong way, they will literally destroy their bodies and careers in the shallow water on these gnarly rocks. As much as these comps mean to the riders, the benefit to cost ratio of attending these competitions is terrible, with first place typically getting around €2,500, and the travel costs easily exceed €2,000. And let's not forget that only the top 3 or sometimes 4 riders get prize money. As the founder of the Big Air Kite League, I realized that something needs to change in our sport. So in all of our future battles, first place is going to take home at least $4,000, and the winner of the final battle is going to get $10,000. Someone wins both battles, battles, then they're going to go home with $14,000. That's proper prize money. And they only need to win 2 heats per battle to get prize money. That is a great benefit to cost ratio. Now guys, if you haven't watched Battle Battles yet, then be sure to check out Battle 3. The link is in the comments down below. It's absolutely sick. Trust me, you're going to love it. Now what I'm about to say is only for the viewers. Do not share this info with anyone working at a car rental company, please. Now Jasmine and I often rent cars for as little as 4 to 6 euros per day. The trick is to get annual car rental insurance and then rent the cars without purchasing insurance from the rental company. I use worldwideinsure.com and I've been using them for years. And the one time I did claim because someone destroyed my door in Tarifa, they took great care of me. Now guys, I'll see you in the comments, and I made another video for you and you can watch that one over here and you can subscribe over here. Muchos besos and adios.